Okay.
It's Halloween at the Austin Film Festival, and this is...
Hi, I'm Louis Fonseca, director of The Great Unwashed.
And I'm Izzy Fonseca, and I'm the producer of The Great Unwashed.
And obviously they are in the same costumes throughout much of the movie. So before we get to anything else, how did you stop and look at everything so there's proper continuation, that somebody's branches didn't fall off or that there's a rock out of place or something weird?
We have a whole department who do that for us.
But you filmed it in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Well, I mean less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, we still had a script supervisor and an art department who, keep an eye on that stuff. I think a few things slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, there were probably like slightly less branches on Beeswax's crown towards the end, but
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully no one noticed.
And as producer, what did you do for the movie? Because every producer does a different thing.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah, because it's a small thing, so
Yeah.
we only had 2 producers, and between us we kind of covered everything, so from kind of line producing essentially, so organising travel and kind of logistics of the whole thing, locations, sorting out the catering, and then kind of bit of everything, kind of had sort of involved in casting a bit with our casting producer and with Louis as well, and we kind of on a kind of a sort of small budget you kind of do everything, so even to sewing one of the characters into his loincloth, I'm pretty sure I put some safety pins in that. You do everything, bit of everything.
And when you were dealing with all of this, how did you get permission to film in the woods so you wouldn't be like the characters who were kicked out?
It's our parents' farm.
So makes it easier.
Yeah, and then we just asked neighbours if we could
But
film.
why wasn't
pretty open.
Who was attacked by geese in real life? Was it you or you?
Both.
Both?
Everyone.
Geese
Like
indiscriminately attack at will,
Before you
regardless
wrote the
of
movie?
sex. Yes. Yeah, have you ever been attacked by
No,
geese?
no. I already have eye problems. Can you imagine if I had eyes pecked out by geese?
Don't go near them. They are lethal.
Avoid at
And
all
my
costs.
teeth,
will attack.
My teeth are so bad on the bottom. Like they will not exist. They'll be like awful.
You haven't got bad teeth.
Well,
You've
not
got
for
good
British
teeth.
standards. For American standards.
How dare you?
I need the
How dare
ears.
you.
How dare you?
Can you tell I'm part British?
Yeah, you got teeth like mine.
Well, the good news is that people over there don't care what people, they're not as shallow as Americans. Like here we all have dentures in our cinema.
We're probably as shallow. We're more cheapskates. We don't want to pay for good teeth.
I agree with you. My parents
Do
would
with our
agree
lot.
that. So when everyone was watching the movie inside, and do you mind if I mention the guy? There was a guy smoking weed in front of us, who was an old man in front of my group. Yes, he was really old. I was thinking he was 20.
He was smoking?
Yeah, no, but weed. He was just like lighting up weed in the
In the theater?
Yeah.
Just now?
I got secondhand weed.
Like, with
Yeah,
a flame?
yeah, yeah.
So are you a bit stoned?
No, it wasn't enough.
What a hero.
You would think that, but it wasn't. It's like,
That's awesome.
damn.
I need to find
Where
an
is
old man.
that guy?
He left in the middle of your question and answer.
Yeah.
I would see you
Probably
could have gotten
to
secondhand
get some
weed.
snacks.
So I was gonna ask you, when everyone was watching it, how did you ensure that people would laugh? Because this is Austin. You're just odd here. You know what I mean? They keep Austin weird, and they might have had misconceptions about British humor that we read about all the time in the press here. Because it's actually been in the press here, in national American magazines. They say you don't want to watch it. That's British humor, and that's not true. Because I have liked some movies.
Hang on, they say don't watch that. It's British humor.
Yeah, I saw that, and a film critic wrote that a long time ago. And I'm
Wow.
trying to remember.
I had no idea we were up against such
movie
prejudice.
where the people are in the small town, and they're I forgot.
Less
the name.
people to bribe.
No, but
how
what's
we
the
say
movie
it.
that
The
I'm
Midwich
thinking?
Cuckoos.
It's the small town, and the guy's a police officer.
Oh, Hot
And-
Fuzz.
and
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Okay, that did really well here, and people were shocked, and they said, "Oh, that's British humor," but
Oh.
they liked it.
Okay.
And it just has a reputation. So let's end it. Let's end all of this. Why is British humor awesome?
Mind if we take some photos?
Oh yes.
Sure.
Sorry.
Yes. Hello, people. What? Let's end misconceptions about British humor.
We're really funny, so don't believe what you read or hear
You guys don't
about British humour. Stop hating on the British.
Don't accept prejudice.
What did we ever do to you?
Make your own minds up. Watch The Great Unwashed immediately.
How do you come up with that title? Is it that the people didn't wash? I mean, obviously, is that what it is? Why do you call it?
Yeah, it's
Hairdressers
a
or
term
something?
for hoi polloi, or like the general folk. The Great Unwashed, like the masses. But
Did you
it's-
consult real hairdressers about? I
Well, I am a
you're going
professional
to.
hairdresser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say you would anger them about the misuse of tools
Yeah, no, we wrote to the union.
and the texturizing scissors.
Yeah.
And they agreed that garden shears would legitimately be used on a particularly wild crop of hair.
I actually, when I read about your movie, I didn't know the guy was going to spend the whole time in the forest.
Right.
That was really unexpected because I thought it was going to be an adventure movie. And why did you choose to make it that he was only in the forest instead of an adventure film? Because you could have gone either way. I mean,
Well, where would you have gone with it?
that's a really tough one. I would say an adventure movie and make him, especially because you're so close to Liverpool and all these great filming destinations, that you could have had it go in the ocean. You could have had it like he goes to France, but that would cost too much money.
Right.
So how do you guys? I guess
you
it was
just answered it.
yeah
Money.
Yeah, but
Woods are cheap.
Yeah, woods are cheap.
how did he save money on the film? Because people might want to make their own movie who are watching this, and everyone has their own advice how to save money as a filmmaker.
Well, you need to write something that you know you can make for don't write something with 3 tanks exploding if you don't have any money.
Yeah.
And don't write a scene set in a palace if you don't have free access to the palace.
Well, obviously that, but like say on hair and makeup, what do you recommend people do their own hair and makeup?
No.
No?
Not unless you know how to do hair and makeup.
God no.
We had.
Did
we
you
had
have
makeup artists?
one of my friends is a guy who's really into writing, and he mostly does American television, and mainly this thing called Lifetime, which is, I don't know if you get that in the UK, it's about people like Tori Spelling going to jail and that kind of weird stuff. Anything with Tori Spelling. Anyway, he always reviews people's scripts as a side gig. So do you have anyone review your script before you release this film or went to work on it?
Yeah. I have friends who are script writers and script editors who looked it over and gave some advice. I think it's good to get feedback before you shoot anything.
I mean, but you didn't have they're professional, but you didn't pay someone outside to basically be mean to you? Because that's what they do. They show up with all these highlighted pieces. Oh,
Right.
this is terrible. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, I used my friends for that. They were no less mean.
Yeah,
Are you still friends with
professional
them?
service. Yeah.
Did you, even though they critiqued your script?
Yeah. You got to take some criticism.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
Don't take criticism. No, actually, yeah, you're right. You're a good role model.
I mean, people hate British humor, which is news to me.
Well,
Yeah.
it's very strange. It just has people they
That's a
like.
real blow.
They like it when they see it, and just before they see it, they're scared. It's like cottage cheese.
right.
You know, like 1% cottage cheese. People don't notice the difference between 2 or 4%, but before they eat it.
Wow.
Right.
I hate comparing your film to cottage cheese, by the way, but that's
It's a great comparison.
Yeah.
Your film is like cottage cheese.
That we're gonna quote you on that. That's
Yeah.
going on the
Too bad
poster.
Roger Ebert is no longer with us. He could be Mrs. Ebert's review. No, it's actually I'm trying to think of a good comparison to it. I do think you'll end up getting distribution onto HBO. Because, and I hope that prediction comes true, because I have seen some
nice.
kind of out there,
I
like,
hope that prediction comes true too.
it's a little bit, I just watched this movie, Why Him? Have you seen Why Him?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Anyways, it's the same type of humor, and it's not done by British people.
Okay.
So they have a pass. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's the same type of humor as this, and it's about this wacky guy, played by, depending on how you pronounce his name, James Franco.
Yeah.
Depends if you're from New York,
Okay.
or from Austin. Anyway, the point is he plays this guy who's like, he's really into drugs. He's supposed to be like Mark Zuckerberg, but mean.
And Bryan Cranston's his future father-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's the same
I didn't
type
watch it.
of
I know.
that's why I said I predict that, or at least you should pursue HBO or your fans. Hopefully you have fans after this.
I hope so.
That'd be good.
We've got one, right?
Yeah, I have. Well, my
Yeah.
dad too. He counts
Your
as
dad.
two. My
Okay,
parents.
that's
My
two.
parents are over
That's
there.
Doubling by the second.
Is there anything else you want to say before about your experiences watching other films here, like how they maybe shaped your future work?
Yeah, it's been a great festival. We've learned a lot, especially from the writing seminars.
Yeah.
Really? What do you learn at those?
Invaluable stuff from some of the best screenwriters in the world.
You know
talking
the
about their
thing that
process
says online? It says meet future Oscar winners.
and
Yeah.
former Oscar winners.
And former,
And former Oscar
Yeah.
winners.
That's
Yeah, absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's a brilliant festival. It's been
And
great.
who were you supposed to be for Halloween, by the way?
I am a ferret.
No, I mean, are you a Katy Perry shark?
What's a Katy Perry show?
You know, she danced. Oh, you didn't have the Super Bowl, and I don't watch it
No, we
either.
don't- we
I don't
don't.
care about it.
What's the shark from Jaws?
Actually, I
called? Is it
do.
Bob?
I do care about the Super
Bob
Bowl.
the shark?
Hire me. Haha.
I don't know.
They care
Bruce
about
from,
Bruce?
from
They call it
the
something.
Finding
Anyway,
Nemo.
Katy
Bruce.
Perry danced with these blue sharks, and they looked like that.
Okay.
Well then,
I-
yeah, I'm
that's-
Katy Perry and this is my shark.
Yeah.
And we all care about the Super. I was just joking. You should all hire us for the Super Bowl. No. And do you have advice to kids about who are also watching this about
Don't do drugs.
don't do drugs like the man in the audience, but also about screenwriting or filmmaking.
Just write. Just write.
Just right.
Yeah. If you've got an idea, write it down
Yeah.
and then rewrite it
Several times.
a dozen times.